Have you ever felt stuck? Like you know that you're meant for something bigger, but the next steps aren't clear? Maybe you get flashes of inspiration, great ideas, but they disappear just before you can act on them. Or you second guess yourself, wondering if it's even the right path. I'm Hillary. I'm a visionary mentor and guide, and I'm here to tell you that I have been there, but I've also found a way through it. And that is journaling. It's not just any journaling practice, but a ritualized practice that has helped me to get so much clarity, receive divine downloads, and create some of the most aligned, profitable ideas of my life. If you're looking for a way to tap into your intuition that actually brings your visions into reality, then this is for you. Let's talk about what keeps us from clarity and breakthrough moments. So, a lot of times when I'm talking with my clients, I hear, and I can relate to this as well, that they're experiencing a lot of mental clutter. Your mind is so full, your to do list, other people's opinions, fear of making the wrong move, that you just can't hear your intuition. Idea overwhelm. You have so many ideas that you don't know which one to focus on to bring your dream into reality. So then you end up doing nothing. Lack of confidence in your vision is another one. When you get this amazing download, but then doubt starts to creep in. Will this even work? Is it too much? Is it too out there? And then that stops you from taking action. Oftentimes, I relate this to overthinking because you'll get that initial intuitive hit that this is like what you really want to do or what you really want to create. And then doubt or lack of confidence creeps in. And then the fourth one that I hear a lot is unrealized potential. And that's really like some of your most life-changing and money-making ideas that I've ever had were just sitting in my journal before I even realized their power. Oftentimes, I like to go back and look through my old journals, and it makes me feel so happy and fulfilled to see that a lot of the downloads that I had and the inspiration from my journaling practice, which I'm about to share with you, have manifested into the physical reality. So that's the real tragedy when your magic stays inside of you, meaning that you've got this great idea, you've got a dream, you've got a purpose, you've got something that you're here to do, but it stays locked away inside because of one of these reasons, one of these struggles that I mentioned just now. So this is exactly why I use ritualized journaling. And it's not just like a Dear Diary practice, but it's actually a portal for massive transformation and clarity. So if you're multi-passionate, if you're a spiritual coach, if you're an intuitive woman, if you are a healer, oftentimes you're going to be getting these universal hits and these downloads. But what we really need to do is we need to carve out time and put it into a ritualized practice for massive transformation and clarity. So for me, journaling isn't just writing, it's an activation. It's an activation of my energetic field. And it's a way that I call in my biggest visions and my most aligned dreams. So it's how I get out of my head and into the flow where ideas move from chaos and clutter to mental clarity. Every major retreat, every profitable workshop, every offer, group program, artwork that I've ever created started there. Journaling is actually a lot like a sketchbook practice, and I'm going to probably do another video of that. I just had that download. So, journaling is the bridge that makes the intangible tangible. So, just an example of a breakthrough that I had while I was journaling. I remember back when I was creating my first retreat, the dream retreat in Greece, and I couldn't really decide. I couldn't choose between Greece and Italy. I ended up hosting a retreat in Italy the next year, but boom, my friend Stephanie popped into my head, who happened to be from one of the Greek islands. And because that download came through in journaling, I reached out to Stephanie to ask her, which Greek islands she really recommended for a retreat. And just so happened that her mother happened to be a concierge on one of the islands. So this is an example of a divine download that I had no idea that I was going to be magically put in touch with a Greek island concierge that would lead me to the perfect island and the perfect place to host my dream retreat. So, how do you journal to unlock this kind of clarity and magic? Here's what works for me. So, the first thing I do is I set the container. So, your energy matters. You can light a candle, you can make a tea, or you could step out into nature. So, I meditate before I journal. I like to tune into my breath. I like to close my eyes. If I can, I like to connect to the earth. So either placing my feet on the earth or sitting anchored to the earth, right? This is how we recalibrate our frequency back to the frequency of the planet, which we as humans are part of. It's so funny because we forget because there's so many different man-made structures that we experience, right, during the course of our day that we become disconnected from our natural essence. So you might find that you like a journaling practice out in nature. You might find that you like a journaling practice in your favorite cozy spot in your house where you're going to be nice and warm with a cup of tea or a cozy blanket. So set the container. You might like to journal on your yoga mat in the mornings after your yoga practice when you're going to really have a lot of intuitive downloads then because you've aligned all of the different chakras in your body and also the nadis, which are energy channels that run throughout the body. So step 2, I teach a special method of free writing and channeling. So if you're interested in that, feel free to book a Monetize Your Magic or an Awaken Your Magic call with me, which I'm going to link to below. But to start the process of free writing and channeling, you can let it be messy. Write whatever comes through, even if it makes no sense at all to you. Ask yourself, what do I need to know today? And allow the answers to come through. Now, the third step, this is one of the most important steps. And this is the strategy that I share inside of my manifestation journal, Manifest Your Dream Life in 90 Days with me. You're going to have your vision, and then your vision is going to meet aligned action. So I want you to look back and I want you to highlight the insights that came through. Maybe it's one phrase, maybe it's a series of words that came through, maybe it's a big idea, maybe it's a light bulb moment or an aha moment of source. And that's what I teach in the channeling is source really communicating to you and through you. Look back and ask yourself the question, what feels most alive? And what is calling me forward in this moment? What inspired action do I desire to take? And take one step today. So, journaling bridges the imagination realm to reality, to the tangible. And this is where the magic happens. Your journal isn't just for recording your thoughts, it's an energetic blueprint for your next level. Inside of my journal, I have your first morning thoughts where you start to kind of reprogram your subconscious with your morning thoughts first thing in the morning. And then I have what inspired actions will you take today? That's because it's so key how you start your day and then what you decide to do with your day, whether that be to grow your business or, get you closer to some other goal, some other big dream that you're manifesting in your career or in your personal life. Now, some of the biggest shifts in my life, whether it was launching a program or receiving unexpected opportunities or even gaining clarity in my personal life, started simply as words on a page. And this is exactly what I help my soul coaching clients to do, whether it's unlocking their creative genius or designing their most aligned offer or channeling their most aligned offer or finally monetizing their gifts. It all starts here inside your journaling, your ritualized journaling practice. So I invite you to try this today. Take just 5 minutes, open your journal and ask, what do I need to receive right now? Let the divine guidance flow. See what clarity comes through. And if you already journal, I'd love to hear, how has it shaped your creativity, your business, or your life? Let's start this conversation, tapping into our inner wisdom, and we unlock the reality that we're always meant for. Now, my next video I have coming out is extremely exciting. I'm going to be sharing with you my story, how I got to be the creative mentor that I am today. So hit subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so that you're always notified, that you never miss a live training like this. And thanks so much for being a part of this wonderful community.